Hi everyone, this is Eric with TaylorTrader.com. Today is Saturday, June 10th. It's about 6:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you know the markets are closed. And this video, I'm going to show a little bit of the trades, or I'm going to show the trades that I took on Friday. But also, probably even more importantly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going over some technical analysis in the pairs that I day trade in the room, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I'm going to be going over the Euro USD, the Pound USD, the USD JPY, which is the Japanese yen, and then also the Euro yen. And again, this is probably going to be the analysis for kind of how I'm looking at it from the monthly, weekly, daily perspective, and it's going to be for the week of course, the following week from the 12th of the 6th of June. So with that said, let's dive right into it for the sake of time, of course. Now, I do want to go kind of as deep as I possibly can, but I don't want to go into every single detail as this video would be a lot longer than kind of like a quick breakdown for the week. And also, I'm not really setting up swing trades. I'm kind of going over the technicals and how I'm looking at it based on the higher time frames. And, I day trade inside of the room, taking the setups based off the higher time frames and execute on the smaller time frames. And real quick, I do have a couple of setups that I will provide, but I will say in disclaimer, it's probably only going to be for Monday's trading session. Again, because this is more from a day trading kind of perspective, but I'm going over the higher time frames. Okay, so here you have Euro USD on the monthly chart. And first and foremost, everything in orange. Again, if this is your first video or hearing me for the first time, everything in orange is a monthly high or low, or technical level. Everything in yellow is based on the weekly, and that's just that simple. Weekly and monthly highs and lows or technical levels. Okay, diving in, Euro USD for me, from my perspective, just dead range, has been in a range for a couple years now, since 2015. This was the final drop, the final big drop that we had. Then we just been stuck in this range along with the US dollar for a couple years now, right? As this candle is being back in 2015, we're in 2017. Okay, so with that said, I mean, we're coming off of a strong month close, and so far for the past week, or at the beginning of this month being June, we've kind of just been kind of sideways so far on the higher end of kind of a range, right? So there's a lot of weekly and monthly highs up here where the euro could of course stop, and we may even have a temporary high put in right here. So just know that we are kind of quote unquote high on the curve, or higher up, closer to monthly and weekly prices. So we just have to be careful that there could be a retracement in the Euro USD, but of course it could go higher. Of course, we always know that. Chopping down to the weekly, right? Because you can't just trade off of the monthly. Dropping down to the weekly, giving us more detail. We kind of closed where, inside of last week's range. It was kind of interesting last week in the euro. It opened up right where it kind of closed. It even failed to make a new high. And then that happened pretty much all week, and then we just started grinding lower. And I can show you that on the daily chart. But going forward, what does this mean? I personally expect the euro to probably do a little bit more of a range-bound market price action in here before it kind of probably makes a move either up or down. I know it's kind of corny to say it could go either way, because any market at any time can go either way. But I see a lot of people trying to call where the next leg in the euro is going to be. I know a lot of people are trying to do that, but I'm more of the type of trader to just look at the weekly chart and just say, for the past 3 weeks, we've been range bound. This week, we've kind of closed right in the middle, and we have a weekly low right here and a weekly kind of high right here, and we're in the middle. I'd just be careful with trading early in the week, because we could see a range. Now, if we get some breaks and some holds, depending on technical levels when we drop down, then it could be a different story. But again, I day trade this every day in the room. It's going to be hard for me to put out on YouTube a kind of authorized, kind of directional bias in the Euro USD, because of the way the setup is kind of trading range bound in this upper range. based on the monthly time frame. Okay, now if I go to the daily real quick, it's the same context, right? It's the same price points and price areas that I map out on the weekly and monthly, and you've already and I kind of just already went through that. I do have kind of like an ugly green trend line that you could probably see here. It's pretty ugly, but the Euro USD has that upward momentum, higher high, right? Higher high, higher low scenario price action on the daily. So the upward momentum is a bit stronger, so you can't really fight that so much. Now, if we do break down below this kind of trend line and this weekly low put in, I'd have a short-term target even right here with this this weekly low and this kind of demand level here, although this would be the second time down here. So again, just like I said, it's going to be hard to say where the euro is going to go, by next week. But I said as a day trader, inside of the room, we trade that day by day. As far as a swing, I do have a swing kind of set up in mind, but I'm not going to put that out on YouTube just right now, just because of this setup. I'm going to jump in right into the Euro USD on the 60, but just understand as well that I do trade. My whole day trading strategy is based off the 4-hour. And just real quick out of here, here's that ugly green trend line here, and where you could potentially be trapped within this 4-hour zoning price here, which I'm going to get into on the 60-minute time frame right here. Okay, so right here, here's a good time to kind of show you how I've been trading the Euro USD last week. I will say, well, let me show you first, and then I will go and tell you. So here's Friday's action, right? If you look at the lower left, June 8th, 07 a.m., lower left-hand corner here, here's the pink arrows pointing down. This is where I sold short into the Euro USD, right around here. The price is about 1242, so 1242s. I'm selling into this quick rally right here, as you can see, and then the euro just dropped, and I began to take profits, even added in a little bit here, and then as you can see, I even held out kind of all day Friday and even took profits down here. Now I'm going to show you the kind of context of what I was looking at, but I do want to show you the trades, the sell shorts and the buy to covers here and the buy to covers down here. I even had an order in to add in up here, didn't get filled at that time, and I just canceled those orders being late Friday. So that's the Euro USD shorts on Friday. Again, if you look at the 7:30 a.m. June 8th, which was actually Thursday, sorry, and I added in on Friday. I just wanted to check that. Yeah, so there we go. So Thursday and Friday sold short rally, sold short rallies in Euro USD and kind of took it down to these levels down here. Now, what does that mean going forward for the week, right? So we are in the context of a down move in the Euro USD, but as I told you from the higher time frame context, just be careful because that grind is still kind of higher. But we have some work to do on the Euro USD in order for me to kind of go long. And if you kind of just take an image picture in your mind, this is kind of what's happening right now. We're going to sloping down in a downward sloping channel. And if I just go right to the 30, this is the time frame that I execute off of. The setup that I'm going to be looking at early on in the Euro USD for, kind of Tokyo session in early, Monday is more short oriented and biased. I'll probably be looking for a short setup, and I put a note here already. Be careful of stop fishes above that 60-minute channel wick, right? So let me just go back there real quick. We'll put it side by side. This 2-day 50 EMA on the 60-minute and this downward sloping trend line. Just be careful of any wick stop outs that they might be hunting before the actual move down, if I am correct in this move, right? If I am correct in here. So early on in the week, early on Monday, I'll be looking to probably lean against this area in the Euro USD. Maybe sell some rallies up here. Be careful of being kind of wicked out. This is a 4-hour level up here, which is signaled in this box, and I time frame, color code everything, and 4-hour is purple. So I know that. And then I will probably be taking this down. I do have a kind of Monday target down here at 1150. Not a close, but we may, at least from my perspective, if we are going to get this short sell signal, then I'm going to be probably covering up a lot of the position as far as a day trade at 1150s around here. Again, I don't expect it to close down here. That could happen, but at least a kind of like a target hit for some take profit, if depending on what we have here happens. Now for a long, if we get that channel break above on the 60, and we start to show some basing up here and kind of like a correctional drop base in a kind of a rally, then I have no problem getting long, of course. But I put this green arrow up here to know that we have to take this zone out, trade above it, base above it, show some confirmation, and then I'll have no problem going long the Euro USD as well. But if we kind of remain below here, if I see this a wiki action and we get an official day trading sell signal short, again, I have no problem selling short that. And here's my target, at least intraday down here. And I'm sure there's going to be some stop fishes as well, taking it down to the zone if that scenario happens. So again, that's Euro USD on a smaller time frame and kind of my plan of what I'm doing long above here after a base, short as long as we remain below. And again, I'm kind of playing that tight downward channel, which I have been, which you see right here inside of this zone here, selling short and buying the cover. Okay, so that's Euro USD.